As I was preparing the sermon, I began to reminisce on this time where about 2 years ago I had the opportunity of preaching my first tent revival. And I got to be honest with you, and the Lord's working on me. Y'all don't judge me. The Lord's working on me. At the end of my sermons, I sometimes have a hard time with begging people to come to Jesus. And as I prepared that particular sermon, I remember at the closing, as I was going over it, I began to tell Jesus, I'm just going to close out and, you do your thing. So I preached the sermon. The first tent effort, and anybody that knows preachers, a tent effort is something you can brag about. Pitch the tent, the red tent. And I'm preaching this message that God's given me, and the people are receiving it a little bit, and now the sermon's over and it's appeal time. In my mind, I said, Lord, you remember what I told you. I'm not going to beg these people to come to Christ. And as I begin to think those thoughts, the Holy Spirit, Jesus himself, began to pour into me and say, just call for somebody. Now, I'll be honest with you, when it comes to appeal, I just let it flow. I don't really rehearse the appeal. So all I did, honestly, is begin to repeat what the Spirit told me. I said, the Spirit's telling me that there's somebody that needs to be drawn closer to Christ. I said it, looked up, nobody moved. Told you, Jesus. DaMarrus, say it again. There's somebody here today that needs to come and bring their life to Christ. Looked down. Elder Monette looked up. Nobody moved. I said, Lord, what do you want me to say? I'm about to sit down. I did it. And he said, one more time. He said, but this time, be specific. He said, call out somebody who's led in public the life of sin and had others follow him. Like, Lord, I don't really know people here, but okay, there's somebody here today underneath the sound of my voice that has been publicly leading people down the road to sin. And today you want to make a decision on whether or not you're going to follow Christ. Looked down, looked up, and from the outside of the tent, there was a man about 30, mid-30s, walked down the aisle. I'm a gangster for Jesus. I'm a gangster for Jesus. I'm a gangster from Jesus. And like I said, I don't practice my appeals. I said, who else will be a gangster for Jesus? Who else will be a gangster for Jesus? Man came down by himself, grabbed the mic from me and began to say, I led people, I've sold drugs, everybody knows me in these projects, and I'm tired of living this way, and now I want to live and be a gangster for Jesus. I said, oh, Holy Spirit, what are you doing? So once again, I'm repeating, who wants to be that gangster for Jesus? Nobody moved. I closed out, and the young man came up to me, and my wife's so funny because if you get too close to me, she's like, why is that man too close? And he just kind of laid his face on my face. And he said that your testimony has helped me. And I want to do Bible studies, and I want to be baptized. Laying on my face. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. We planned the baptism 7 days later. 3 days in between those, we gave Bible studies. The brother was on fire for Christ, ready to be baptized, ready to go. And then the morning that we were going to baptize him, he didn't show up to the church. The next day, friends of mine, the Bible workers around the tent, and somebody came to one of my friends and pulled him to the side and said, you know, the man that came down to be baptized was found dead in his house yesterday morning. No clue. Doctors can't tell what was wrong with him. And right there, the Holy Spirit began to talk to me and say, DaMarrus, you can't hold out on your testimony. It's like fire shut up in your bones. Your testimony is a matter of life or death to somebody. Don't keep it to yourself. Ephesus, we're obligated to testify. I'm going to go ahead and say this, that you are not a Christian unless you are testifying about God's grace and mercy. New Year's Eve is today. This is a day you would make all your New Year's resolutions. And today I just want to simply ask somebody to make a resolution that you're going to bring somebody to Christ this year. Did you know that there will be no crowns in heaven without a star? It's time we start testifying and telling others about the goodness, the grace, the mercy of God. And the thing that kills me, and I'm going to get out your way, the thing that kills me is that if it's free chicken, we run and tell everybody. I remember when the tornado came and FEMA was giving out those cards. That thing was posted on Facebook, telling the world. We're so quick to tell the world about the foolishness of this earth, but won't testify about God.